Right, we're recording. Hello everybody, welcome back. Simply Snuff here. I'm on the which pier am I on? I'm on the East Pier in Whitby. It's an absolutely beautiful day. I'm not going to give you a wander around today. I'm just going to walk up to the lighthouse behind me, set up and get a video done, and I'm going to chat about what's going to happen, what's the future for this channel, where do I see it going. We've been going a couple of years now, so really just to try and get your comments and that type of stuff. So yeah, let's twizzle the camera around. I'll show you the lighthouse and the pier, and then we'll make a video. There we go. I always get that wrong, don't I? Anyway, it don't matter. We're going up. We're at the pier. Look at that for a contraption. That little bridge straddling the two piers wasn't put up until about a couple of years ago. You couldn't actually get onto that pier. So they put this thing up and yeah, opened it all up, and it gets plenty of visitors, particularly in the summer. It's a bit of a trail. They don't like getting away much from candy floss stalls and all of that business, but oh, well, have a look at that one. There you are. And I'm going to sit on this brick over there and let's do a video. See you in a minute or two, eh? Bear with me. Right, mates, we're back. I've just had to wait a minute or two because we got two chihuahuas barking their heads off. If it ain't dogs barking, it's seagulls swooping about. I've got a tin of my beloved with me, as ever, and I'm taking advantage of this gorgeous weather. Mrs M's not here at the moment. I've just spoken to her, told her what she's missing. Said, need to get back over there, PDQ. Sun's cracking the flags, it's nice and quiet, it's peaceful, there's not too many tourists in town. Absolutely glorious day. I'm here, as I say, on the East Pier, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about my future plans, or, well, not plans, ramblings really, about where this channel's going to go. I mean, I've been doing it for a couple of years now. Oh, them dogs are here. Bloke's just peeped round the corner at me. He must have heard me complaining about his dogs. Horrible little things. Yeah, I've been doing it a couple of years, and I started sitting behind my kitchen table, or my dining room table, whatever it was. And I started jabbering on about snuffs, and fundamentally that's where I started, and that's really, I guess, what this channel is all about, reviewing snuffs. And since then I've had loads of subscribers and loads of watchers and followers, and honestly, thanks to everybody for doing it. It means so much to me, it really does. I mean, I do put a lot of time and effort into these videos, but you know, the amount of subscribers, likes, shares, watchers I've had is absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much. I really mean that. Thank you ever so much. But I want to try and keep it going. So I started with these talking head videos, but you know, how many times can you do that? How many times do you want to see, you know, some silly old duffer sat at the desk? Sorry, I got distracted. Sat behind a desk and telling you all about these snuffs. And I got a bit bored doing it, to be honest with you. So I started these out and about videos where we were going around the locality, and I was just showing you a bit of the locations I was in and talking to you about those places. They were mostly set where, you know, over at my home in Batley, and they worked all right. I quite enjoyed doing them, and I got a good response to it, and that was pretty good. But now I'm sort of more or less full-time in Whitby. I've tended to concentrate on here, and you might have seen that my videos have started. When I started, I was doing about 4 or 5 minutes, 6 or 7 minutes, 7 or 8 minutes. Then I got monetized, and that made a bit of a difference. And since then, my videos are lasting about 12, 13, 14 minutes now, which means I get more adverts, I get more of an income from there. So hands up, you know, you know, to fund this, I've got to get some cash from somewhere, you know, the equipment and all that, right? You know, I know I don't want to bleed in arts here, but you know, it just helps. It just helps fund what I do. So that's pretty good. But I've started including more and more now on views around Whitby. So I've got about half the video is about Whitby, the introduction. Excuse me, I'm just going to blow my nose. And then I put a little intro video so you know when the snuff review is starting. So if you want to skip through, you can see, you know, the Let's Snuff introduction and then the review starts. Seems to be working all right. And all the analytics, the YouTube analytics, say it's going well. You know, people are watching them. The time duration's increasing, which is good. The number of views is increasing, which is good. And yeah, everything's on the up and up. I posted quite a few of the analytic updates on my Simply Snuff Facebook group. So that's the next stage. I've sort of been doing a little bit on, we've got a new YouTube. We've got a YouTube community page. I'll come on to that in a minute. We've got a new Simply Snuff Facebook group growing really well. Nice. A lot of people are on board with it. It's a little bit more up to date. It's not quite as, I'll choose my words carefully. It's a bit more upbeat, I think, than maybe other platforms tend to be. And I've tried to do that. I've tried to be positive. I don't want all rules and regulations. There are some things that you just have to do to keep the YouTube management team happy. But all in all, it's going really well. We're getting new members all the time. And I'm not quite sure what direction to push that in. I can't just keep posting up pictures of me drinking lager, you know, with a tin of snuff. Oh, can I? I don't know. Let me know what you think. And then I've got this YouTube community page, and I post up there on a fairly regular basis, and that's really just focusing on the YouTube users. But you know, there's people coming in from all sorts of different platforms, which is pretty good. And again, with the analytics, I can actually see where people are coming from, where they're finding Simply Snuff, and where I'm getting Google search or references or whatever. So that's all pretty good. But I'm just not sure how well these new formats going. About Whitby, about some of the beautiful places, some of the beautiful places in this town to see. You know, a lot of people know Whitby. They come over here, they're on holiday here, they know the places I'm talking about. A lot of people overseas probably have never heard of Whitby until I started waffling on about it. So, yeah. So I guess the first big question is what I do about those. Do I keep going with it? Do I keep doing the Whitby bit and then putting the intro in and then doing a snuff review? At the end of it, there'll be about 12, maybe up to 15 minutes. Is that too long? I don't know. Do you like the Whitby stuff? Please, let me have your comments. Or is it a bit irrelevant? Do you just cut through that and just go straight onto the snuff review? I don't know. It's really hard to tell from the analytics what people are actually watching. You get a broad view of it about what's happening and what isn't happening, but you can't get that detailed feedback, which I guess this is what this video is all about. So going forward, I've got the Facebook Simply Snuff group. Really good, really pleased with it. I'm going to keep that going. I'm going to try and keep populating it, but I think that'll gather its own momentum, and I think as we get more and more members to the group, it'll gather pace, and we'll get more varied content on there, which is absolutely fantastic. That's what it's all about, really. It's for, you know, snuff people. There aren't many of us around, but we can gather in places like the Simply Snuff group, and we can chat and we can tell what we think about these various snuffs, or what we like and what we don't like. Absolutely fantastic. I'll keep that going. YouTube community, yeah, I'll keep that going. I like doing the polls on there. I like updating on some of the videos that I'm doing on there. So that one will keep going. But the $1 million question is what I start do or don't do with these videos. So that's the question I'm posing, really. That's the sort of feedback I'm looking for. Should I keep on with them? Have I got the length of the videos right? Have I got the content right? Do you like the Whitby stuff? Is that irrelevant? Do you like the reviews being tagged on at the end? Would you like me to do just, you know, a mix of the different type reviews? Do some with the Whitby and then the snuff review at the end of it? or occasionally just do a snuff review. I'm going to continue, whatever happens, I'm going to continue doing them outdoors. I'm not going to start sitting behind the table in my kitchen again. That's just not for me, really. I'm an outdoor person. I like to get my bag on my back and get my gimbal out and have a wander around town and film stuff and photograph stuff. I mean, it's just amazing little town, this. Absolutely amazing. I am so lucky to be here, and that's what I'm trying to do, just share a bit of that pleasure, really, and just show you what I like about this place. Right. I don't know what else to say, really. Let me have your comments, please. I'd really appreciate it. Let me know what you think. If I'm missing a trick, the stuff you like, the stuff you don't like, some stuff that you think, oh man, what are you doing that for? You cabbage, pack it in. I'd love to hear from you. Right, so that's me set. I'm going to get my backpack on. I'm going to have a wander around town. I'm having a look for some new locations to shoot some videos, unless you all come back and say, hey Simon, stop these Whitby stuff. We're not interested, just concentrate on the snuff, lad. Don't worry, you won't hurt my feelings. I got a thick skin, I'll tell you. I got a proper thick skin. 40 years of being in sales and marketing and all of that business, you know, working for some of these American companies. Dearie me. I'm glad those days are gone. I hated it. Absolutely hated it. You know, you work for so long. Yeah, I remember when I first started selling, you know, when I first got married and got my first salesman's job. I was a business apprentice first, and then I got for my first job as a salesman. Me and newly married Mrs. M were newly married. We'd just bought a house. Not long after that, I got promoted, and off we went to Scotland for 6 years. And you know, it really changed our lives, and he set us up, and here we are. 42 years of marriage. Is it 42? 43 years of marriage, and we're still here. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. How we've lasted that long, I do not know. Anyway, we have. Right, that's it. Enough. I'm getting a bit melancholy. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Look, give us your comments. I'd love to hear them, and I've got loads of new stuff coming up anyway, but this is going to give me, it'll help me think about, I need your comments to just help me think about the future and what direction I should be moving in. So thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in, and as ever, I'll see you next time. Keep well. Chin chin. Right, that's it.